Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of TechLink Daily, the place where we take the top tech news, break it down for you, and give you our opinions. Our first story today comes from Fast Company Design. Now, a little precursor to this, a couple days ago, Adobe announced that they will be releasing a only Creative Cloud service, and they're dropping Creative Suite altogether. They're not going to bring in a boxed copy anymore. Now, Fast Company called their director of product marketing, Hedi Voltmer. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And he gave 5 clear reasons of why Adobe is making the switch. Number 1, Creative Cloud adoption was faster than expected. Number 2, frankly, multiple platforms are harder to maintain. 3, the cloud pushes faster iteration than boxed software. 4, faster iteration equals more value. And finally, number 5, Creative Cloud isn't foremost a piracy prevention tool. Now, I agree with him on the most part. It will be faster to get updates. The adoption has been there. I personally am using Creative Cloud, and I've used Creative Cloud to even create this video because it was edited with Premiere Pro from the cloud software. But I don't know. Having a cloud-only service may not be the best for Adobe, and some people see it as a way for Adobe to make more money. Yes, but in the short term. They're going to get all this money in up front. I believe someone did the math, and if you pay for a boxed copy of Master Collection, you're going to spend like $2,000, $3,000. But if you subscribe to their monthly service, you're going to be paying that $2,000 to $3,000 over a 4.5-year time than paying it all up front, which would be great. But then you have people who may have a little bit of economic, a little bit of economic troubles in the future. Maybe they can't pay for it for a month. What happens then? And that's where a lot of this comes in, is what happens if you can't pay for a month? Because as we know, graphic designers, people who use this professional software, well, they're either working for themselves or they may have a little bit of trouble supporting themselves. So having the software is great, but if you can't keep it up for a month, then where does everything go? And you can't use it anymore. And a lot of people are also concerned because they're really doing this, they deny this, but a lot of people are saying that they're doing this as a piracy prevention because now there won't be a boxed copy to pirate. You only have it on the cloud service. Now, of course, they'll probably find some way to pirate it, but I don't see that as a huge issue for Adobe, especially with how much that they're gouging people for their software. Yes, it's a good thing, but it still has some bad things. So, weigh in. What do you think? Is Creative Cloud the correct way to go for Adobe, or not really? All right, upcoming we have 2 governmental news topics. I'll try to be quick on them, and then we'll get to the fun stuff, I promise. So this one comes from the New York Times. U.S. weighs wide overhaul of wiretapping laws. The Obama administration, resolving years of internal debate, is on the verge of backing a Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI for short, plan for sweeping overhaul of surveillance laws that would make it easier to wiretap people who communicate using the internet, rather than traditional phone services, according to officials familiar with the deliberation. So basically what this is saying is that the FBI wants to overhaul wiretapping laws and make it easier for them to spy on people and basically wiretap your internet. And that means see what you're browsing, see when you're browsing, all of that information. They want to make it easier for you not you, but them to do that to you. And, well, that is kind of violating our privacy rights. And, well, I at least believe that. They may not see it. Unfortunately, I see them as a much more controlling than they lead on to want to be. They're wanting people to build in back doors for them to be able to come in and basically view your internet history, view your chats, view where you're surfing, view all your private information. And guess what? They want to do this all without warrants. And that brings us to our second story from CNET, saying that the DOJ, Department of Justice, says we don't need warrants for email and Facebook chats. Basically, an FBI investigation manual updated last year obtained by the ACLU says it's possible to warrantlessly obtain Americans' email without running afoul of the Fourth Amendment. So basically what they're saying is that the Department of Justice now, well, has, since last year, has free reign to come and get all of your internet chat history, all of your internet history without a warrant. And even though that they've circumvented your Fourth Amendment rights, I think it's still, getting around it's still there with the Fourth Amendment right, and they're still violating our Fourth Amendment rights as they don't think they are. I think that they are. And this, again, comes from a story yesterday, which I talked about a lot, saying, well, all of these terrorist attacks are forcing us to do these unnecessary steps that are going to basically turn us into a state in which everything is going to be monitored and you have no more privacy anymore. And again, that's economics. That's the biggest impact right there, is economics. So be careful what you are doing online, and be careful of your privacy online too. Always, when you're online, think that somebody can view your information even though it says it's private. All right, now on to music news from The Verge. Spotify's nightmare realized. Chrome extension allows MP3 download of any song. Now, before we get too far into this story, I want to let you know that the Google Chrome store has taken this extension down. It's not available anymore, but people who have already downloaded it can still use it. So basically what this extension did was it took advantage of the unencrypted stream from Spotify's web player and allows for people to download the songs they were listening to. Now, I do see an issue there because it was unencrypted, and it's taking away money from the record labels, which in turn is taking money away from the artists, but I'm a little on the fence about it just because, well, the only users that were affected were Spotify premium users. So these premium users are already paying Spotify to pay these record labels to stream their music. So they're already getting paid no matter what. It's just that each time the song is played, the record labels get a bit more money, and then in turn they give the artists a bit more money. So in the end, they're kind of losing out, but with as much money as these record labels are making from these songs and gouging people and artists of their money, I don't see a real issue here because it only affected premium users, so they're already paying for it. And this piracy was in a very, very short term. So even though Spotify is getting a huge backlash over this from this industry, I don't think it's going to hurt them, and I don't think it's going to hurt the industry in the long haul at all. All right, now we have a pretty cool story from the Rocketry blog saying NASA to migrate ISS, or the International Space Station, computers from Windows to Linux. So basically, NASA is citing a lot of stability issues that they were having with Windows on all of their systems, and all their major systems that are crucial for the people up in the International Space Station to be able to survive and stay up there to do all of their research. So I'm kind of glad that they're moving off to Linux. I think Linux is one of the most stable operating systems around because, you don't want a blue screen of death right when you're about to take off. 5, 4, 3, 2, blue screen of death, blue screen of death, everything goes crazy. Ugh! Yeah, we don't want that happening, and I would think that they would experience a lot of blue screens of death if they were in the International Space Station, because Windows really doesn't like to play around that well with any computer that it's on, and I've experienced a vast majority of blue screens in my day. Thankfully, it's nothing mission critical like keeping myself alive on a big space station, no, but I'm kind of glad that they're moving off to Linux. I think it's a great move for them. They're moving off to Debian, I believe, which is a Linux distribution that I love to use. It's one of the ones that I am very familiar with and know how to use very well. So good job, Linux, and good job, NASA, for switching to a stable operating system. Now, in Google Glass news, Fandroid is reporting Google Glass Explorer Edition now receiving XE5 software update, bring loads of new features and enhancements. So the Google Glass Explorer editions are beginning to roll out. I'm on the list. It is not sent to me yet. I have not picked it up yet. I will soon as they give me a time to go pick it up. But some of these key features in the XE5 update includes change to sync policy. It now requires power and Wi-Fi for background updates. It has more crash reporting, incoming Google Plus notification, incoming Hangout notification, transcripts of queries and messages is now wicked fast, they say. Long press to search from anywhere in the UI, no longer just from off. International number dialog plus SMS. Hop animation on disallowed swipes in the UI. New on-head detection calibration flow. Show device serial number on device info card. More reliable estimation of battery charge remaining. And new recipient list mosaic. So there you go. Those are new features for the XE5. If you have Google Glass, which I don't right now, go ahead, get that update to get those more, well, features and improvements to the Google Glass architecture. Here's a really good story from Business Insider from their advertising subcategory. The man who turned off cookies in Firefox doesn't care if it hurts advertisers. Basically, this guy named Jonathan Mayer has turned off third-party cookies in the next Firefox revisions. And that means that advertisers can't drop in little codes of information into your browser to be able to track and target ads to you. So basically, he's giving a giant middle finger to, well, all of the advertisement companies, including Google. And who knows? This could be the start of something new, especially with a lot of browsers. Now, this is turned off natively, and you have the ability to turn it off in other browsers, but you have to go in and know where you're going to turn it off. All right, on to our hardware for today. I've got something else networking related like we have yesterday. It is this guy, the Netgear ProSafe 8-port gigabit smart switch. It is a switch. Like I said, it's a wireless router without the wireless part. It lets you plug in devices, and basically, wireless routers nowadays don't have enough Ethernet ports, especially mine. Mine only has 4, and I have about 10 things that I need to plug into it on a constant basis, really, with ports. So I use this to help me out. Now, it's got a whole slew of great features, including auto uplink. It's a full metal enclosure. It has LED lights. It's web managed, so it has a nice web interface that you can use to help manage the switch and all that stuff. It even has power over Ethernet as well. So if you have maybe some security cameras, you can actually get power over Ethernet security cameras, plug them directly into this thing, and keep maybe your home office safe or your house safe as well. Now, I should mention that this is a prosumer model. The review for this will be coming out in the next couple of days. I am very happy that I picked it up, and I've been using it for the past couple of months now. You can plug anything really with a Ethernet port into it. You can plug computers, servers, modems, wireless access points, computers, all sorts of very neat stuff. So there you go, the Netgear ProSafe. The model number is GS108T. All right, let's wrap this up with the question of the day. Are advertisers taking too much advantage of third-party cookies? I think yes. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comments section down below. Be sure to follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all under the username of Logic Lounge. If you'd like to submit stories to us to review and maybe make it on to tomorrow's Tech Link Daily, go ahead, submit them on our subreddit, reddit.com/r/TechLinkDaily. Again, all the links to all the stories today, including our subreddit, are down below in the description. Be sure to follow us once again. Be sure to like, share, favorite, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow.